Hello, my name is Tom, and I'm going to give you a quick presentation on the legendary Polynesian hero Maui. By the end of this presentation, you will know the link between ancient Maui and his modern representation, and some general details of the story of Maui. Maui's mythological story is believed to have started with the Maori, the people of New Zealand. They have the oldest known stories that are written about Maui. These tales were collected in the 19th century by a British native with much assistance from Maori priests and chieftains. The stories spread to other islands in Polynesia, such as Tonga, Samoa, and Hawaii. The myths of Maui are distributed so wide in Polynesia that they enjoy much variation. There is no account in Maori mythology about the appearance of Maui, but what they don't say is that he was covered in tattoos. So we can assume that he wasn't adorned with tattoos, or the Maori variation of the art form known as tamoko. In one of the stories, he is said to have snuck into his brother's canoe and hid under the floorboard there all night and all morning. So from that, we can assume that he wasn't a very large individual. Maui was represented a good deal in the 20th and 21st century in such media as films, paintings, and children's books. In most of these representations, he's an athletic, slim youth. Notice what appears to be face tattoos in these particular images. This is a Maori tradition called tamoko. This is a birthright, a symbol of hereditary status, or is gained by deeds that brought great respect in the fields of leadership, learning, or warfare. Said in another way, permanent markings on the face signified great importance. In 2016, Disney made a bigger-than-life depiction of Maui in the film Moana. The Disney team responsible for Moana consulted a group called the Oceanic Story Trust. This group was made a specialist in Polynesian fishing techniques, tattoos, navigation, and traditional dance. At the urging of the Oceanic Story Group, Maui was redesigned 9 times, getting bigger and bigger each and every time. By making the demigod very large, they could communicate his immense strength visually. When the audience is introduced to Maui in the film Moana, Maui sings a song titled "You're Welcome." This song details several feats accomplished by the demigod. This bit of exhibition demonstrates the most tenable link between the ancient Maui and his modern representation. In this song, Maui lists 9 feats that he has accomplished, showing himself to be a Hercules kind of hero, who toils for the good of mankind. Of the 9 feats listed by the braggadocious Maui, the Maori mythic account can substantiate 3. The traditional Maui, however, was not motivated by his love of people, but his love of mischief. Ancient Maui steals fire from his great ancestor Mahuika. He does this only from a desire to kill her. Maui lassos the sun for the benefit of humanity. The Disney version glosses over the violence of the traditional story. While Maui's brothers are arresting the sun with a snare, Maui beats him nearly to death with his great weapon, an enchanted jawbone. When the sun named Tama Nui Te Ra was released from that day on, it went slowly and feebly on its course. Maui pulls up an island, New Zealand's North Island, known as Te Ikia Maui, which means the fish of Maui. He's doing this only to mess with his 4 older brothers that were trying to ditch him on a fishing trip. Disney's Maui is an orphan without siblings. He was cast aside as a baby, making his way in the world all by himself. This is definitely a character that elicits sympathy, and it's easy to cheer for him. It also explains his drive to please the ordinary mortals around him. He's looking for acceptance and approval. The mythical Maui was also cast in the ocean by his mother Turanga. She cut off her top knot of hair and wrapped up the babe who was born premature before she threw him into the ocean. Miraculously, Maui was nurtured and formed by the elements of the sea, and after that he was known as Maui Tiki Tiki Tauranga, meaning Maui formed in Tauranga's top knot. In this brief presentation, I've talked about the link between ancient Maui and his modern representation, and some general details of his mythic tradition. I really enjoyed diving into the traditional myth and would encourage anyone to explore this really interesting story, whether contemporary or ancient.